Ayo, welcome in to CHGO Bets Daily, presented by PointsBet. Use promo code CHGO when you sign up to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Another remote episode of CHGO Bets Daily. Cody, we didn't have an episode yesterday.
We didn't. A little disappointed. I love the consistency of doing the show daily. That's why it's called CHGO Bets Daily. So to have it off on a Wednesday is kind of weird. But anyway,
I saved money. Actually, I didn't.
Same.
Because I ended up losing money. That's the typical thing we do here on CHGO Bets Daily is lose our money. I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. And alongside me, as always, Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. And you can follow the bets account at CHGO_bets. And we usually put in money into our PointsBet bank. Cody.
Usually.
Where's your bank at?
$22 thanks to a winner today. I already won one today, finally. It's been such a bad stretch, Sean. Like, remember when we first started this show and I started out hot and then I was really bad for a while. And then I was kind of even for a few months. Well, it's bad. Like right now, it had been pretty bad until Paul Goldschmidt hit a homer today and I had him to get 2 bases. And it wasn't looking good when he hit a homer late in the game. As much as it sucks to watch as a Cubs fan, it was at least nice to win a bet.
There you go. Yeah, congrats on that. And I mean, I've hit a complete cold streak. Remember when I said I did that heat check parlay at the beginning of the week?
Yeah.
That was a loss. Then I bet on the Tigers money line. That was a loss. Then I bet on Brad Keller to win. That was voided. So then I bet on that the next day, and he lost. And then I bet on Cal Quantrill over 4.5 strikeouts. Lost that one as well. I did get Jacob deGrom under 6.5 strikeouts, surprisingly at plus 110. That was great to see.
That was brutal.
Brady Singer, 8+ strikeouts, didn't hit. And then I had a 3-leg same game parlay to try to fade the White Sox. And they won yesterday. And it hasn't been good, Cody. And I don't think it's going to be better.
Do we need football season like air to breathe, man?
Right.
I'm so done with betting on baseball. That's why, we're going to get to it, but I'm doing hit parlays, man. Like I'm going to have 4-leg hit parlays for the next 2 months. They're going to have the shittiest odds, but man, at least there's some juice in the game. At least there's something I can like not have like the biggest headache over, because like it's not hard for good players to get hits. So
right.
There's still risk, but like I'm doing hit parlays the rest of the MLB season, and on top of like a big one every day until college football gets here.
We'll get to Cody's.
I can't do it anymore.
Hey, I don't blame you, man. We'll get to Cody's hit parlay, and we'll get to his big one later. I got a big 3 and a 3-team parlay, so we'll see if me just continuing this roll into bankruptcy continues. But first, we got to let you know about PointsBet. It's the best way to support CHGO. If you want to download the PointsBet app and use code CHGO when you sign up, you'll get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. But that's not it. If you make a $50 or more first-time deposit, you'll receive a free CHGO membership, which unlocks all of our web content, and you'll even get a free shirt of your choice from a CHGO locker. That's $2,000 in free bets, a free CHGO membership, and a free t-shirt from the CHGO locker, all for making more than a $50 first-time deposit at PointsBet. If you have questions, you can email pointsbet@allchgo.com, and we'll help you out. And PointsBet's your home for live and play betting. It just got even better. If you see an edge in the game you're watching, if your favorite team is primed for a comeback, don't just watch the game, bet along with it live. There's more live betting, more live markets, and faster live cash outs with the PointsBet app. So what are you waiting for? It's time to elevate your live betting game. Download the PointsBet app, use promo code CHGO when you sign up. And once the game starts, don't just bet. Live your bet life with PointsBet. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER for crisis counseling and referral services. We are using the odds today for the Big Ten West from PointsBet, our good friends over at PointsBet. Cody, last year winning the division was the Iowa Hawkeyes at 7-2. Just behind them, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Purdue tied at 6-3. And then the bad teams: Illinois 4-5, Nebraska 1-8, and Northwestern 1-8. We can't place bets digitally on Illinois or Northwestern to win the division, but I wasn't going to anyways.
Yeah. Well, Northwestern, I mean, I don't know a lot about Northwestern, but man, they just like they've won the division every other year the last 4 years. Like they didn't win last year, but they did win it the year before. Pat Fitzgerald is a really good coach. Like everyone will agree with that. But I Vegas don't think it's a good shot. But if anyone wants to go and if you want to play the trend of that happening, head on into one of the PointsBet actual books. There's like 3 actual PointsBet locations in Chicagoland, I believe.
Yeah, I think there's one on the
Mount
south
Prospect.
side too.
And Mount Prospect is one.
Crestwood, I think.
Yeah. If you really want to, give it a shot, as far as Northwestern, Illinois has a really good running back. New coach last year. But Illinois football is, I mean, as an Illini fan myself, I'm always happy if they go like 6-6 for an entire season. They're not a team that, even if I could, I would not bet on them. They are a basketball school through and through. So, But I mean, of these 5 schools that are here on the screen,
I mean, you look at them, and most of them are basketball schools. I mean, even Wisconsin's more of a football school than any of them, and I'd still consider them a basketball school. If you look right now at the screen, you got Big Ten West division winners sorted by odds. You got Wisconsin at plus 160, Nebraska at plus 250, Iowa at plus 500, Purdue at plus 700, and Minnesota at plus 700. I don't want to belabor this. I love Iowa at plus 500. Yeah, they're always a consistently great team. And I know your point about Northwestern and following that trend. Iowa won it last year. They won it in 2015 as well, but they're usually at least competitive in the Big Ten West. So I like them, especially at plus 500. We love plus money, Cody. So the fact that you can get bigger plus money on that, I don't think this is an AFC West division where you're getting the Chiefs at plus money. I don't think there's a clear favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Like the Big Ten West has lost 9 straight Big Ten championships. Yeah. I'm assuming all against either Ohio State or last year Michigan. Just to win their division.
Don't forget about Penn State and Michigan State in 16 and 15.
That's fair. My bad. I always forget about those.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 championship games since they've gone away from the league, Legends and Leaders division, and 5 of them have been won by Ohio State. So 5 of the 8 Big Ten championships since 2014 are Ohio State Buckeyes.
Fair. But of this Big Ten West division, kind of like Minnesota plus 700. They were a decent program last year. Purdue, they lost their top wide receiver. I don't know who's going to be really their guy this year as far as that. I mean, they were a very pass-heavy team last year. I'm not really sure what their outlook is. Wisconsin or Iowa are like easy bets, but you want the really good odds. Iowa plus 500 is a really good bet, I think. But yeah, Wisconsin, they just figure out like they don't make it pretty, and that's what makes the Big Ten West kind of like hilarious because it's just not good. Like if Wisconsin is doing what they do and like they somehow win Big Ten division or Big Ten West division championships, every other year or whatever it is, like I'm not like, it's nothing to get excited about. They'll be excited to win this division, then go lose to Ohio State or Michigan in the Big Ten championship. But
like Northwestern, I mean, they're just happy to be there. They're just
right. Like they were 2 years ago.
Indianapolis, absolutely. Yeah. I like your Minnesota pick, bringing them up at plus 700. Last year, they ended on a 3-game winning streak, defeating West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Indiana, and they had a better point differential than the Iowa Hawkeyes, who went 10-4. Minnesota goes 9-4. So it's all about the end of the season for Minnesota, because I think this might be prime candidate of you making a bet and then cashing it out before the end of the year. Because
there you go.
Week 1, they play New Mexico State. Then they got Western Illinois. Then they got Colorado. Colorado's typically a tough team. Then you got Michigan State. But after those 4, Purdue, Illinois, Penn State, Rutgers, Nebraska, Northwestern. The final 2 games of the season, Iowa and Wisconsin. So tough end of the season to Minnesota, but hey, they might be undefeated at that point in the Big Ten West or Big Ten, just with the way that schedule plays out. I mean, the best team you have to face in the Big Ten before Iowa on November 19th is Michigan State on September 24th.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe picking one of these flyers, whether it's Iowa or Minnesota, and then see if they give you if PointsBet gives you the cash out option in the middle of the year. There's nothing wrong with that. Especially with like the odds. Like I said at the beginning of the show, like taking if I've cared enough to go to an actual location and sprinkle on Northwestern just for the shit of it, like I would, but just because like you just don't ever know what's going to happen with that program. But yeah, I mean, this division isn't chalk. Like I wouldn't place the bet on Wisconsin at plus 160 or whatever it is. I would pick a flyer and then just see if you can cash out at some point in the season and then go from there, because there's just no value on betting Wisconsin there. I just don't like. When was the last time anyone won it back-to-back years? Wisconsin 16 and 17. So like recently, at least, like there hasn't been a consistent winner in that division. So
I mean, Wisconsin has won 4 of the 7, right? Or 4 of the 8 since they've gone to the East and West division. And even then, when they were in the Leaders and Legends division, they had 2 of the 3 there. So, I mean, since 2011, they've been the representative in the Big Ten tournament 6 times, or the Big Ten title game 6 times.
That is true.
Since 2011. So, I mean, Wisconsin, especially where Joe points out, Braylon Allen, Wisconsin running back, going to have a big year. Shocker, running back you.
Running back you, yeah, right. So, Melvin Gordon went there, right? Didn't he go there?
Melvin Gordon went there.
Jonathan Taylor
went there.
Yeah. Monty Ball, come on.
Monty Ball was there.
Monty Ball, yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah. There's more. I just can't think of any.
Dane went there. We can go way back.
They are like run the ball down your throat 40, 50 times a game, and then make 5-yard passes and run the clock out and win the game like 21-7.
Right.
That is Wisconsin.
Do we say Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure we got the big one. All right.
Yeah. James White also. Brian Calhoun. I loved Brian Calhoun when he was a Badger. Anthony Davis, I don't remember. Michael Bennett, people might remember. Ron Dane, I think, was the other like older one, the bigger one that we really probably couldn't miss. But running back you there over Wisconsin, and they have all these damn guys that are probably 6'6" and bigger, 270 on that line that they can just circle in and out. So yeah, Wisconsin's probably gonna have a good offensive line, but I don't know. I mean,
I look forward to betting nothing
Minnesota.
But. Yeah.
I hate Nebraska at plus 250. If there's any team
Nebraska's like every year in and year out, Nebraska just disappoints. Like they never live up to the hype.
They're like Texas, but they've never been good in my life.
Texas
at least had the Vince Young years.
Yeah, I would never take Nebraska there. I mean, Illinois beat Nebraska last year. I think that says everything I need to say about Nebraska football.
Absolutely. And I know Nebraska has had success before, but that was before my time, old people. Anyways, Cody, let's look at your hit parlay because you ended up bringing that up.
Yeah, let's move into what we're betting tonight. I'm taking Corey Seager, Victor Robles, Jose Altuve, and JD Martinez to all get a hit. It comes out to plus 333. I know Seager has good numbers against Johnny Cueto, and Robles has good numbers against Noah Syndergaard, and 12 at bats. Seager's faced Cueto quite a bit too. I mean, Cueto's been in the league for such a long time.
Yeah, and Giants, Dodgers.
Yeah, Giants, Dodgers. Yeah, and then Altuve, not nearly as much experience against who he's going up against tonight as like Robles and Seager are, but he's seen the guy he's facing like 6 or 7 times and is batting like 600. And JD Martinez, I think he has about 10 at bats and hitting around 300 for who he's going up against. So put them all together, let's get a hit plus 333.
Putting a big number on it or a little number on it?
Just a few bucks. I'm just trying to win a bet. That's just a few bucks. But I get, plus 333. I wouldn't, you want to put $10 bucks? I mean, Go ahead.
We love plus money. Hey,
yeah,
5 turns into 15. Hopefully, if you win that one. All right, let's look at my my parlay that I got. You're going with a 4-legger. I'm not as brave as you are. I'm going with a 3-legger. I'm calling it the Make Me Happy parlay. Astros money line versus the I was going to say Twins. They're playing the Guardians. Astros versus Guardians. I'll take the Astros. Blue Jays versus Twins. I'll take the Blue Jays. White Sox versus Rangers. I'll take the White Sox at plus 404. We're seeing if we can turn $2 into 10, Cody.
I like it. You should be throwing in whoever's playing San Diego too, because San Diego just looks like
a monster. Yeah,
a monster. I think they play the Rockies, right?
Though. Yeah.
Oh, did they already play?
I think they already played. So
all right.
I would have, should have, could have, would have.
Last night they just like fuck, dude. Like the league is like, if I'm a Dodgers fan, I don't care how many games up I am in the division. I'm not even caring about that. I'm caring about if you have to face them in the playoffs. Like,
and that place was rocking too. I mean, that place was loud yesterday. So, calling the Padres is a pretty good bet. What's up, Steven?
Sean, do you know who's pitching for the Astros today?
Justin Verlander.
And do you know what his record is, or the Astros record in starts that he makes this year in 16 games?
I think I think one of them was a loss to the White Sox. So I'll say
one of them was
14-2.
You nailed it. It's 14-2.
Bingo.
So I love that part of the bet.
My one issue is that Jose Ramirez has always had a good time against him. Cleveland's kind of
like
hot.
360 against him.
Yeah, and they can spoil a good pitcher. So it's just my concern. Like, I was even looking at the strikeouts, and it was like I think 5.5 was the line, either over or under for Verlander. It's like 6 seems really easy, but thinking back against him versus Dylan Cease versus the Guardians, like they can spoil pitches, they can put balls into play. So.
Dan, did you call it the Make Me Happy parlay because you have both the opponents of the Twins and Guardians on there?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I love that.
And if the White Sox wins,
okay.
It
took me a minute to figure that out.
Yes, yeah, right. They're 1 game back.
2 games back of the Twins, and they could be tied with the Guardians if the Sox win and Guardians lose.
There you go. So they could tie with the Guardians and be 1 game back. You got the Blue Jays taking on the Twins. You got the Astros taking on the Guardians. Cody, it smells like first place.
Well, as for the sake of my future bet, I would like the White Sox to finally start playing like they're supposed to be. But yeah, it's hard to it's going to be hard for the Twins to win tonight against Alex Manoah, and it's going to be hard for anyone to ever face off against Verlander. I'm taking the White Sox in my big one. White Sox money line minus 140. Johnny Cueto, he's looked like young Johnny Cueto this entire season for the White Sox. He might, if they didn't have him, who knows where this team would be. And that's kind of wild to really think about. Also, the White Sox get like their full core back for the first time all season with Robert, and who else was missing?
Robert, Grandal, Moncada, Abreu, Anderson, and Jimenez.
Yeah. So they finally have their full force lineup tonight for the first time all season, which is again very wild to think about.
Their top 6 players finally back, and Grandal's batting 8th.
Wow. So so at minus 140, going up against a guy who hasn't pitched in the majors at all this year for the Rangers, in a hitter's ballpark like that, and you have your pitcher who's like I said, been really good, is way better than anyone expected. I'll take the Sox at minus 140 with my hit parlay. So
yeah, there you go. Let's look at my big 3 because I'm thinking along the same lines of you. I'm also thinking along the same lines as Joe C in the chat. I think Cueto to win is pretty safe bet at plus 120. He usually goes 6 innings. I'd really be surprised if he wasn't in line for a win. So if you're looking for plus money in that White Sox game, want to bet on the White Sox, I like Cueto to win at plus 120. I think that's a great bet, Cody, at doing it minus 140. You know me, I need to be betting on plus money. Eloy to hit a homer. He's been red hot. He's hitting 456 since the All-Star break. We've seen some homers. They're going up against the lefty. So I'm going to go Eloy to hit a homer at plus 370. And why not? Let's keep the fun going. Like Josie says, Abreu hitting another homer tonight. He's got 2 in 2 straight games. Let's make it 3 in 3 straight games. Abreu to homer is at plus 390, Cody. And we'll have a real nice day if 2 of my bets hit. 2 of my bets hit, I'm good. I'm golden.
Yeah. I mean, I hate betting on home runs, but I mean, why not? You know,
it's against a lefty, and that's really a lefty in his major league debut. And I think the last time the White Sox faced a guy in his major league debut was your guy Giovanni Gallavos from the Cardinals, and they hit 4 straight homers off of him, 5 straight homers off of him, like back to back to back to back to back. That was in the what's it called, the 2020 season, and that was with all 6 guys. And they're 25-11 with those 6 guys, those 6 core players. So I like your bet. We'll see if they win. I think Cueto, pretty safe guy to go up against, because I think 9 of his 11 starts have been quality. So I like him to at least put himself in line for a win. We'll see if the White Sox offense can produce and bail them out. But that's going to do it, Cody. Fun night.
Yeah. I'm wishing you nothing. Yeah, I'm wishing you nothing but the best of luck tonight. I don't think we have a show tomorrow. So for everyone watching, good luck. And just trying to build some momentum, man. I got to build some momentum. It's nice to win one this afternoon. If you want to bet the Cubs game tonight, PointsBet doesn't have any props really out there since there's a doubleheader today. So for this game too, they don't really have any props. Cubs at plus 155. Sean Newcomb, who has really struggled, honestly, for a few years, has pitched well in Iowa of recent, but going up against both of our old pals, Jose Quintana, I just feel like there's a lot of pain coming for me tonight. So
maybe this is the one game you bet on the Cubs, though, because I think Quintana in that ballpark, things might get ugly.
I mean, I hope so.
Maybe take the over in that one. Maybe the prop we take in that one is the over.
Maybe.
I feel like Sean Newcomb might have a blow up of a day, and I think Quintana might as well. But best of luck. Hey, I hope you don't lose too much to the Cardinals, because I know you can't take too much.
Yeah. Well, again, like having to face Quintana tonight, who's actually pitched well this year, and of course he's pitched well against the Cubs this year. It's just part of the misery for me in the season of our Lord 2022. So if we're going off history for this season, I'm not betting the Cubs tonight, and I am not advising it. But if you love plus money, like I know Sean does and how I know I do, I wouldn't blame you if you sprinkle just a little bit, just because it is juicy. So,
it's my favorite thing in the world, Cody. We love plus money. You're my second favorite thing in the world. You can follow Cody on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. You can follow the Bets account at CHGO_Bets. My third favorite person in the world, Stephen Nicholas. Thank you, Stephen Nicholas, for producing the show, and appreciate all you guys hanging out in the chat as well. Charlie Ruby and Joe C as well. Hey, Charlie saying Jose Quintana might pitch a perfect game tonight. So hopefully for Cody's sake, that doesn't happen. Do you guys have a pregame and postgame tonight?
No. Corey and Brendan are doing tonight's show. So me and Luke will be back tomorrow for postgame.
Enjoy.
Remotely. So
have fun.
I will.
Check out Cody tomorrow on CHGO Cubs pre. Check out Corey and Brendan on CHGO Cubs later. I guess that's gonna be related, and it's probably gonna be recorded. It's pod only, I think, right?
I'm not sure if they're live or not. They haven't been live for a while, so I'm going to assume that they might be, but there will be a show. Whether it's live or not
on Twitter at CHGO_Cubs. We got the White Sox pregame at 6:30 with Vinny Duber, Herb Lawrence, and I. We'll talk to you tomorrow when we are millionaires, and by tomorrow, next week.
Yeah, on a boat.